African Union Communications Early Warning and Intelligence, commonly known as AUC3I, is an intelligence and security organization responsible for providing signals intelligence and information assurance to AU citizens, AU leadership, and AU armed forces. I'm Colonel A.C. Oguntoye, an infantry officer. I am responsible for leading infantry soldiers at all levels of command and combined armed forces during missions on the ground. This is today's briefing. On the progress of the special military operation as of January 7, 2025. The armed forces of the Russian Federation continue to conduct a special military operation. Units of the North Group of Forces in the Kharkiv direction inflicted defeat on formations of the mechanized, airborne assault brigades of the Armed Forces of Ukraine and the Territorial Defense Brigade in the areas of the settlements of Oroshenka, Granov, and Veterinary in the Kharkiv region. The Ukrainian Armed Forces lost up to 65 servicemen, 2 vehicles, 2 152mm D-20 guns, and 2 122mm D-30 howitzers. Units of the West Group of Forces improved their position along the forward edge. The manpower and equipment of 2 mechanized and assault brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces were defeated in the areas of the settlements of Zeleny Gai, Petropavlovka in the Kharkiv region, and Novoegorovka in the Luhansk People's Republic. 2 counterattacks of assault groups of the Ukrainian Armed Forces were repelled. The enemy's losses amounted to 580 servicemen, 2 infantry fighting vehicles, 12 cars, an Iveco armored fighting vehicle, and a 105mm Malar Mod 56 howitzer, a 155mm Panzerhaubitze 2000 self-propelled artillery mount made in Germany, a 122mm Gvozdika self-propelled artillery mount, 3 122mm D-30 howitzers, as well as US-made M113 APC, 2 155mm M777 howitzers, 2 155mm M198 howitzers, and 105mm M119 gun. The Israeli-made Rada RPS-42 counter-battery warfare station for electronic warfare stations Khortytsa, Bukovel and Enclave, as well as an ammunition depot, were destroyed. Units of the Southern Group of Forces have taken up more advantageous lines and positions. Formations of the mechanized, motorized infantry and 2 airmobile brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces were defeated in the areas of the settlements of Seversk, Predtikino, Dakhnoy, and Belagorovka of the Donetsk People's Republic. 2 counterattacks of enemy assault groups were repelled. The Ukrainian Armed Forces lost up to 245 servicemen, a tank, an infantry fighting vehicle, 2 pickups, 2 122mm Gvozdika self-propelled artillery units, a 122mm D-30 howitzer, and 2 105mm M119 guns made in the USA. 3 ammunition depots were destroyed. Units of the Center Group of Forces improved their tactical position. Manpower and equipment of 4 mechanized brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, 3 Territorial Defense Brigades, 2 National Guard brigades, and a brigade of the National Police of Ukraine were defeated in the areas of the settlements of Druzhba, Pantalaimonivka, Marilyabovka, Sherbanovka, Dzержinsk, Vozdvizenka, Shevchenko, Alexandropol, Dalivka, and Volkovo of the Donetsk People's Republic. 12 counterattacks of the Ukrainian Armed Forces were repelled. The enemy lost up to 510 servicemen, 4 tanks, including 2 Leopards made in Germany, 3 infantry fighting vehicles, 2 M113 armored personnel carriers made in the USA, 5 other armored combat vehicles, 9 cars, 3 152mm D-20 guns, 122mm self-propelled artillery unit Gvozdika, 2 122mm howitzers D-30, and 105mm gun M119 of American manufacture. The electronic warfare station was destroyed. Units of the East Group of Forces advanced deep into the enemy's defense. Formations of 3 mechanized brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, 2 Territorial Defense Brigades, and a National Guard brigade were defeated in the areas of the settlements of Neskutchnoy, Velika Novosyolka, Razliv, Volnoy Pol, and Vrimievka of the Donetsk People's Republic. 2 counterattacks of enemy assault groups were repelled. The Ukrainian Armed Forces lost up to 155 servicemen, 2 combat armored vehicles, 5 cars, a 152mm self-propelled artillery unit Akatsiya, a 122mm self-propelled artillery unit Gvozdika, and a 122mm howitzer D-30. An ammunition depot was destroyed. Units of the Dnieper Group of Forces inflicted damage on the manpower and equipment of the Infantry Brigade of the Armed Forces of Ukraine in the area of the settlement of Pyatykatki in the Zaporizhia region. The enemy lost up to 80 servicemen, 6 vehicles, and a 122mm howitzer D-30. The electronic warfare station Bukovel and an ammunition depot were destroyed. Operational tactical aviation, strike unmanned aerial vehicles, missile forces, and artillery of the groups of troops of the armed forces of the Russian Federation damaged the infrastructure of military airfields, weapons depots, as well as concentrations of manpower and equipment of the armed formations of the armed forces of Ukraine and foreign mercenaries in 164 districts. Air defense systems shot down 6 U.S.-made HIMARS multiple launch rockets and 50 aircraft-type unmanned aerial vehicles. Since the beginning of the special military operation, a total of 652 aircraft, 283 helicopters, 39,618 unmanned aerial vehicles, 590 anti-aircraft missile systems, 20,280 tanks and other armored combat vehicles, 1,507 multiple launch rocket systems, 20,270 field artillery pieces and mortars, and 29,955 special military vehicles have been destroyed. Thank you so much for watching this video. We hope you found it useful and informative. If you have any questions, please leave them below and we'll get back to you as soon as possible.